NaNoWriMo project last year. Very well published, very well written, and I really didn't need any notes to be able to introduce Bett Correa, but just before I got here, she asked me if I just go over a few comments about her speaking prowess. But I'm sorry, Bett, we don't have that much time. Bett Correa is obsessed, and maybe a little bit compulsive, with how to get more out of life and giving back. She speaks and writes on this very subject. She believes that you should live life on the outer edge of your comfort zone. Run and dance as fast as your dreams. On the outer edge of your dreams and out in front of your introducer. Is a good way to do it. You can find her short stories and books on Amazon.com. She also blogs about motivation and creativity on her site, which you can find more about during the intermission or after. And today, Bett presents a short story. Someone comes to town, someone leaves town. Bett Correa.
No tears leaked from Lola's stern eyes as she pulled on the road in her beat-up red Toyota 1991 MR2. The days of crying over her life would remain in the past, like the dust that her thick wheels threw into her mother's face as she left. Her mother's face remained dry as well, Lola noted with a hollow emptiness. She watched her mother's wheelchair bump over the uneven gravel as she pushed herself back to her wooden porch of the trailer. The wheelchair and its occupant struggled to make progress, even as Lola's powerful mid-engine Japanese car quickly gained speed. No tears leaked from Lola's worried eyes as she pulled into the Cumberland Farms gas station several hours later. Mother right now would be taking her evening pills and would have been giving Lola bitter pills. Lola would have been crying in her room soon, but not anymore. She pulled next to the pump and selected regular Lola, a regular life, no more abuse. No tears leaked from Lola's curious eyes as she pulled into Tampa's USF campus only 12 hours later. Mother would be waking up now and screaming with terror and waking up Lola from some happy dream, a dream where Dad ran next to her on a bicycle. The thrill of air rushing through her long black hair. The terror of realizing Dad had let go. The happiness of not falling and instead flying. She was flying down the sidewalk. The other children were biking too. They joined her. They flew along with the wind and so loud in their ears they could barely hear each other laugh. Then their laughs would turn to screams, and their faces would shriek away as she woke up to her reality. No tears leaked from Lola's amazed eyes as she pulled herself into her desk. At her first English Composition 1 class, the other students bumped and pushed as they slid into their seats. Professor Gilders wrote her name on the whiteboard, and then turned and gave the class a warm smile. She radiated a warmth which Lola sucked in to her lungs. The warmth filled the hollow emptiness in her tummy all the way up to to her neck, and then it crept into her chin and slowly pushed up the corners of her mouth into a smile. No tears leaked from Lola's excited eyes as she pulled herself on stage. Lola laughed uncontrollably as she pulled on a red wig and skipped and danced into place. Dancing, singing, and speaking, Lola auditioned above an adoring audience. The thrill of losing herself in a role matched the thrill of bicycling. Alone on the stage, or with voices of others, she felt complete. No tears leaked from Lola's triumphant eyes as she pulled the flowers into her arms from the stage. The audience's roar rang in her ear. Lola blinked away the bright lights to see her fans. She stopped suddenly as she recognized her mother's face looking up at her. Her mother's face no longer looked disdainfully down at Lola, but up in wonder. Lola jumped off the stage and ran to her mother. She dropped the flowers and hugged her. Tears leaked from Mother's eyes as she whispered, "Will you forgive me?" Tears leaked from Lola's eyes as she whispered, "Yes, I love you."